welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gurzon, and I am joined by the master of disaster, the queen of mean, the dancing destroyer, the princess of punch, the countess of Montefisto, the one and only Gina Marie Gurzon. Let's not forget the angry DJ, Desi, on the ones and twos, producing the show. And what a great weekend of sports we had, right? UFC, Conor McGregor is back, 40-second knockout of Donald Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone. Thank God I didn't pay for it, because it was only 40 seconds long for the main event. And on top of paying for ESPN Plus with our shitty streaming service, for whatever reason, it's always buffering. ESPN Plus is, and then it would have been $65 for the fucking fight. Fuck that shit.
40-second.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we probably both would have been passed out at that point in the night anyway. And then football yesterday. Chiefs. They're like the Golden State Warriors from a couple years ago. They can just score whenever they goddamn want to. A ton of points. And
They stole it.
and then the Niners game. I mean, barely watched that, but they barely passed the fucking ball. They just ran all over the fucking Packers. It was great. I love seeing that shit. So,
All red this Super Bowl.
yeah, red all over the place. Bloody. It's going to be physical. Definitely. And you get to watch your favorite quarterback, that Jimmy Garoppolo. That Italian. The Paisan.
That's more Jersey, though.
I know. Those dark eyes. I don't even know what color eyes he is. Whatever. So yeah, and let's. You want to just jump right to our first topic?
Yeah, I'm ready. You're ready.
Unless there's anything you want to get off your chest before we start.
No. We got plenty of time for that.
All right. So we're starting with sports performance today. All right. We are going to talk about volume. So the topic number one: what is volume? All right. This seems to be messed up a lot. So let's just make it very concrete in what volume is. Volume equals sets times reps times weight. Okay? It's not just sets and reps. All right? So whenever I hear some shit like, oh, I'm just going to put on mass, or I'm just going to do set to 10. All right, well, what weight are you using? Or I'm just going to work on strength. I'm going to do 6 to 8 reps. Okay, what weight are you using? If the intensity, meaning the weight on the barbell or the dumbbells in hand or whatever, isn't challenging enough to stress the environment, create adaptations within the body so that the muscles can actually grow, then your fucking arbitrary sets and reps are just fucking bullshit, right? So, I mean, we can go to... I'll leave this person anonymous. I don't want to jeopardize his job or anything or make it awkward for him at his job. But sent me this text because he was puzzled about it. And this is coming from another certified trainer, certified personal trainer. And, you know, I'm not going to read it word for word because some of the people listening to this will know exactly who it is. But basically questioned how... I'll just say their team, someone on their team said, for putting on muscle mass, we should just do 7 to 10 reps for 4 to 6 sets. Okay? So what? So let's just round that off and make it easy. Try to make it easy math. So let's just say they did 5 sets of 8 reps. Okay? So you're just telling me that 40 overall reps, because that magic number of 8 is in that range, right? That's going to yield the mass that you're trying to put on these athletes, okay? I won't even say the sport they play. Fuck it. I'll say it. They're football, right? So how does that make any fucking sense, right? You're just the number 40, right? So 40 total reps, right? So 5 sets of 8 is automatically going to yield you fucking mass. Well, how much weight are you using? How many warm-up sets did you take to get to the working weight? You don't necessarily need to go up every set if it's challenging enough that you only get 8 when you know you could be able to get 10, right? Because you not only do you want the kids to do the movement right, you don't want them to struggle, right? Because what happens after the workout when they're pushed hard enough within the workout, what happens afterwards is where the magic happens. You know, allowing the body to adapt to the amount of stress that was put on the muscles. That's when the magic happens in the recovery, right? But I mean, we all know how lazy some kids are. They'll just go through the motions when the coaches turn their back, when the trainers turn their back. So, yeah, you're going to tell them 5 sets of 8. Well, they may only be trying for the last 2 sets because they know you're fucking watching. So, like, I can't stand when people are like, oh, we're just gonna increase the volume by doing sets of 10 or sets of 8. All right, so let's say you want 5 sets of 8 and you really wanted to push that athlete. What if I said you could do sets of 5? Whoa, shit. Sets of 5. But no, that's not enough reps. How am I going to increase my volume? Well, you want that number 40, so just switch it. You're going to do 8 sets of 5. But now that goes against all the bro science, right? Because 8 is what strength is, or 10 is what's going to yield that muscle building tone fucking look, that bullshit that everyone thinks they know about because they can just Google it and tell us how to do our fucking jobs.
What was the preparatory work that they did prior to the lift?
Yeah.
What, what about time under tension? How much rest are you giving? What are you doing in between all of those sets?
Yeah.
Are there, kind of buffers in there to help keep the heart rate up, or things to kind of assist in that magic of the lift itself, right? To only enhance it.
And let me tell you,
are these people staying in their lane, first of all?
Clearly not. And then what about the fact that, let's say you wanted to put some mass in their upper body, but they can't do a push-up. Why would you have them try to fucking barbell bench then?
It's really easy to just read out of a magazine or look something up on Google and say, you know what? I'm going to put these guys through this today. This worked for whatever college team or whatever.
Alabama.
Do you know how they train or how long they train or what caliber of athlete they work with?
I think we had it said best the other day when we had a local college strength coach in here ranting for an hour and a half when we were just catching up. The perfect answer that she had given to me in regards to a situation like that, like, well, I started lifting when I was 12, so these kids should totally do it. Well, her response was N equals 1. No, I should correct myself. N equals 1, bro. That, I nearly shit myself when she said that. And we'll come back to that, maybe not this episode, most likely next, in some exciting breaking news that we have regarding that situation. But it's not official yet, so we're not going to bring it out. But yeah, back to volume. Your overall volume is what dictates how you're going to grow your muscles, right? So unless you can wrap your head around the fact that volume is sets times reps times weight, then don't give me some bullshit about like, oh, 10 reps is what's going to lead to mass, or 6 to 8 reps is what's going to lead to strength. You know, like, guess what? You could do sets of 4 or 5 or 9. You can do those weird ass numbers to get what you're fucking trying to achieve. If you write up 3 sets of 10 in like a giant set of 4 exercises and the kids rush through it without any fucking rest in between, I guarantee you that the weight was not heavy enough, thus making the sets and reps completely useless because the volume was never achieved at a high enough level to create any type of adaptation within the body so that the muscles can then grow and release any type of hormonal response so that you can actually gain strength and get better and, just become a better athlete. But I don't know. I guess I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because people just need to do sets of 10. 3 sets of 10. That's all you fucking need. And when you want to put on mass, sets of 7 to 10, right? Because fuck overall weight, right? Overall intensity, absolute intensity, is completely fucking meaningless when it comes down to it, I guess. That's what they're saying. Oh my god. Do I?
And I'm sorry, ladies, too, but like everything has its place. Spin is a great cardiovascular exercise, but grabbing those 2-pound weights or those 3-pound weights or maybe even those 5-pound weights in between the spinning and the spinning and the spinning, that ain't going to build the muscle.
No, and that doesn't count as strength
Sorry.
training.
What
Yeah,
happened?
you can't count that as strength training either.
No, it's
Just 'cause-
cardiovascular activity.
Yeah,
I mean,
just because you hopped off your fucking bike or your treadmill.
cardiovascular activity it's been shown to increase overall fitness. I mean, it's in the research, but in regards to really shaping your body and allowing for that beautiful feminine look, that full feminine look, while of course the nutritional aspect is extremely, extremely important, but doing those sets in between all that spin or the running you're doing and all that's, I'm sorry, but it doesn't cut it. It ain't cutting it. Period.
Yeah.
I will strength train. I will use resistance. I will use iron every single day of my life, and I want to push that stuff as far away as possible, because you know what? I can do everything that I can do in here at Overdrive. I will trump that any day. I will trump that any day, and all of our ladies who train here, they trump that every day.
You can't even call that weight training.
No.
Like hopping
That's
off
the skinny
a
fat. That's the skinny fat.
hopping
That's the
off a
skinny fat
treadmill or a fucking or a bike to pick up a 5 or 10 pound dumbbell. That's not really challenging the muscle at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? You bought into some bullshit that isn't scientifically proven to create any type of adaptation in the body to grow muscle. You continue to fucking run on a hamster wheel or pedal a stationary bike to challenge a system, an energy system that only the cardiovascular system specifically, that only needs to be worked on every 30 days to make sure it's still in check. This is fucking retarded.
And the heart likes the high and low. And we have clients who are medical professionals here, and I've had discussions with them who they'll agree with me. And the heart likes that high and low. They don't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily just like that steady state. It likes the high and the low, and that's what the strength training gives them. The more of the that high and low of the iron, the rest and the work part. So we do a great job in here for all of our athletes and our members, specifically for that.
And not always with barbells.
Right.
Which some people need to wrap their head around too. Mm-hmm. It's not all barbell work in here. Not for everybody. Some people it's just not appropriate.
My mom's in her 60s, and you know how good she looks. And she's strong. She's a tiny little thing. But she can hang. Right?
Absolutely. I think she's the original queen of mean. No offense. But yeah, whatever. And I mean, achieving the proper amount of volume, right, to create stress within the system so that you can adapt and grow, is a perfect segue into our next topic, which is about stress and your CNS.
Mm-hmm. Stress and your immune system, stress and your central nervous system. Right, guys? So stress has its positives and negatives, right? Small bouts of stress have actually been shown to have a positive effect on everything from your learning, your memory. As athletes, we need to be able to react quickly on the field. We need to do what we need to do while we're in a game or at a meet, etc. It's obviously allowed us to evolve into where we are today in the year 2020 as human beings, as two-legged, standing upright individuals. That central nervous system response, that fight or flight response, has allowed us to survive and thrive. But the chronic effects of stress, so that constant spitting out of those fight or flight hormones, can actually lead to detrimental effects on every area of your body, right? So your central nervous system, specifically we can talk about your brain and your spinal cord. And your brain and your spinal cord runs down from the base of your head, so from your brain, the base of your head, all the way down into your booty. And then all those little nerves innervate, so they run up, down, lateral, in, out, left, right, side to side into all your organs, your muscles, your tissue, everything that allows you to function. And when your body needs to do what it needs to do, it'll spit out those stress hormones to allow you to react properly. So back in the day when we had to run from that creature or something like that.
So basically, my disciplinary parents.
Exactly. What did you say? You did what? But now when we have that chronic stress, so sitting in traffic all the time, late for a meeting, have to get the kids to soccer practice. Oh my God, running late for class. Oh shit, I woke up late. The professor's not going to let me in. That kind of thing. So that constant, that chronic spitting out of those stress hormones, it's been shown to really have some disturbing effects on memory, learning, any kind of immune system function. Can cause issues like headaches, heartburn, insomnia, high blood sugar, that kind of stuff. High blood pressure, chronic stomach aches, ladies and gentlemen, fertility and erectile issues. I mean, if we need to talk about it, let's talk about it. Ladies miss periods sometimes with stress, tense muscles. So you guys know that chronic tense neck or tense shoulders or, oh my God, I need a massage, that kind of thing. So we need to think about that. We waive all of our workouts on purpose so that we can stress the immune system just enough so we can allow for you guys to grow and prosper. All you athletes, all of your training is waived on purpose. We know what we need to do in here to allow for that growth, that waving, that high and that low, that ebb and that flow for you guys, so that your central nervous system can react properly, appropriately, and then rest properly and appropriately. It knows how to react and then chill, react and then chill. That chronic spitting out of those stress hormones can lead to a lot of very disturbing things, like I was saying, and God forbid that your heart will start to spit out all that blood. All your ventricles will start to kind of narrow or vasoconstrict, what we call vasoconstriction. Your blood pressure goes up, your heart continues to pound. So in those little bouts of exercise where we're actually here training you, or if you're on the field or you're in a meet or whatever the case, or we are in a stressful situation where, God forbid, something's happening outside of our training, that we can react properly to it. But if we're constantly in that stressful environment, we don't allow ourselves to just relax. That chronic spitting out of hormones, that chronic stress response can lead to all of those things. I mean, there's definite concrete evidence for shrinking of the brain, memory issues, disorders, real problems in learning. I mean, it's all in the research. I won't get too specific on the research, but that's exactly what it states. It can cause structural changes in the brain long term, and that chronic stress shows atrophy in the brain, so decrease in mass and its weight. And then we start to respond slowly, much more slowly, to stress and learning in general. And then we can't have that on the field, we can't have that in a meet, we can't have that in life. If we're in a meeting and we need to present, if we're here teaching our clients, our athletes, we need to be able to be present, be here 100% for everyone. For your family, you need to be present. If you're sitting at that wrestling match, you want to be present for your son or your daughter, right? We got some wrestlers who are females, and we need to be there. We need to be present. We don't want these things having an effect on us otherwise. So everything from your immune system, your digestive system, your cardiovascular system, your hormonal system, your reproductive system. All of those things start to become compromised in the event of this chronic stress. So we need to start thinking about that. And then I always bring it back to Overdrive, because when we train here and we write these workouts up for you guys, our adult members and our athletes, they are waived very specifically. We ask you questions, we test you guys every so often so that we can see what's going on within your body. And if those tests come up less than or other than what we're looking for, then we ask the questions needed so we can modify those workouts for you, which I give us props. I'm proud of what we do here. We take care of our people, and it shows. You feeling me, Teddy?
Mm-hmm.
So start to think about those things, guys. When you're not sleeping properly, when you guys are partying a little too much, it starts to have an effect. And I'm not just talking about the athletes. I'm talking about the adults too. When you're 18, you can do certain things. 21, when you hit your 30s, you got to start thinking about. You really got to start thinking about, taking care of you, because you got a lot of other things going on besides, just waking up for a 6 a.m. workout, or things of that nature. Just taking a test. So start to think about things outside of that 1 hour or those 2 hours. You need to be able to perform through life, and you want to live your life well. You want to enjoy it, right? So you don't want to be struggling all the time, right? You have major digestive issues that could happen. You're not digesting your food properly. You're not absorbing the nutrients properly, which is big, right? And in order for us to function properly, we need to be able to assimilate, to take in those nutrients properly. Your body is not going to want to do that if it's constantly under quote-unquote stress. If your body is spitting out those hormones all the time, if it's always on high alert, it's not healthy. Heart attacks, strokes, things like that. That's scary. That's scary, right? We talk about those things. That's scary.
Absolutely.
That is scary. And we're talking about adults from like their 30s on, not just from their 50s on. It's like from their 30s on, and even some of our college athletes, right? The stress, talking about different things that have been happening even for some of the athletes just because of the stress of college, the stress of being a college athlete, being able to perform, and then being able to perform scholastically, not just on the field, on the court, on the mat, but scholastically day to day. So they've been, some of them having to deal with that too. This is life, and we need to be able to perform on a daily basis. Anything you want to add to that, Bo?
No, I think you covered it all. Being able to balance your stress levels, whether it's physically or mentally, while not having a negative impact on your central nervous system, is one of the biggest keys to success in achieving the best overall fitness that you can actually achieve.
And when you feel good here, you're going to do well. And there's going to be days when, work, life gives you a headache, literally or figuratively. So we tone it down a little bit in here. You still get a great workout, but you'll still allow for those good stress hormones to release so that you could feel better for the rest of the day, sleep well, and then hit it hard tomorrow. Right? It's not always balls to the wall. We're not always going ham, right? Sometimes life will give you ham all day, and we just need to get what we need to get done in here modified. That ebb and flow. That ebb and flow is where it's at.
Unless, of course, you want to fail. And people that don't listen,
some people, they think it's all or nothing.
Yeah, some people, they just don't listen, and they go all out for 3 weeks, and they disappear for a month.
Or
and then
doubles,
they come back.
doubles. Let's just go ham. And then we're dead. There's a reason why we wave everything in here. We're so specific to what we do. We make those corrections for everybody And we do all that because we care in here. I mean, and we say this, and we started the podcast because we care so much, and people wanted to hear us. So it's nice for us to be able to say what we have to say now and reach a bigger audience, because we know that our members listen.
Absolutely. Speaking of our members,
Yes.
we should definitely mention our sponsor this week. Overdrive Fitness Matchmaking. Hashtag carriages and marriages. We may not find you love, but we'll help you make it.
Whoop, whoop.
So, yeah. I know we've said it before, but even in the 5 years that we've been in this location.
We're entering our 6th year now.
Yeah. I think officially in March. But, yeah, so in the 5 years we've been here, what is it? We've had 2 weddings. This will be our 2nd wedding out of this gym.
Mm-hmm.
2 engagements, 2 babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of love, a lot of fertility. Fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could tell by the stray cat population,
Whoop, whoop.
which we have under control.
Well,
Yeah, we took control of that with the help from our members. But Jesus, it was like a fucking cat orgy every day. Every day. Not anymore, though.
We have a lot of good energy in here. It's, yeah. People have found love at Overdrive. So, I'm going to say it again. Gentlemen, ladies, if you're looking to find love, true love, healthy love, fitness and love, bring it on over to Overdrive Fitness.
Yeah, and if you don't find a soulmate, then you'll find a soulmate. So, you'll either fall in love with somebody here or
Couples that train together stay together.
fall in love with fitness. But, yeah, I'm going to do my best
We
to keep
have
this
good
clean.
odds. This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will do our best to only hook people up that are single and looking, though.
Look good, feel good.
Feel good, play good. When you play good, they pay good.
There you go. And you find a love.
Mahatma Gandhi. So, speaking of love, you want to show some love to anybody specifically this week? Weekday Warriors?
Are we talking about our third topic?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'd like to give a shout out. I mean, and Teddy knows, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my nutrition clients, whether they be remote or in-house. So I'm going to give a shout out to all of our clients, all of our nutrition clients who have literally been killing it here. I am so proud of them. Every week they show up. Every week the numbers fall or rise considerably depending on what their goals are. They've been putting on lean mass. They've been taking off, just stripping away that body fat. They have been beasting in the gym. Rich Matt, David Seltzer, Will, Danielle, Renee, who else? Carrie Ann. I even want to give a shout out to PJ McMullen. Who else?
Hey!
All my remote clients. I'm going to keep those ladies and gentlemen under wraps. So because some of them they just want to be doing their thing, and that's cool. And I am, train and work in silence, succeed in silence, and just show it all off.
You know who you are.
So everybody, you know who you are. If I didn't mention your name, you guys have been killing it. Jeff, who else do I have in here? Denise. God, I feel like I'm missing people, but all you guys are killing it in here. You're making your changes. Everything's looking real good. You guys are stripping away that body fat. Lean mass is going up continually. Your lifts are looking solid. Stronger ladies are getting stronger and leaner because we do it right here at Overdrive. Gentlemen, whether your goals right now are stripping that body fat away and cutting that shit up, you are. Those of you that are putting on that lean mass and maintaining, and lifts are continuing to go up and doing doubles too. I'm proud of you. And then just preach what we do here, guys. Show it all off, because you guys are true examples of what we preach here. I am humbled by all the hard work. I thank you so much for doing your thing and learning. I am just giving you guys the tools to do what you need to do. I just guide you. We just guide you here. And everybody's got something different going on. And you guys are killing it. At the end of the day, you guys are killing it. Killing it, because we do what we need to do here at Overdrive. And
Yeah.
you see it too, right, Teddy? You see all these people working day in, day out.
And they're loving it. They're coming in. All these people are talking to each other about it. Like, oh, what are you on right now? Like, oh, I'm on a refeed this weekend. And they're like, what? What's that? And they're just like, they're dropping the lingo that you're teaching them on. So it's not even like you're just giving them orders on what to eat, when to eat. You're actually educating them. So they're very cognizant of what they're doing, which in turn is doing exactly what we want them to do. It's helping them create habits, healthy habits. So, they're not fucking bringing a scale to the restaurant and measuring out their food and like, oh, you only gave me a 6-ounce steak. I wanted fucking 8. Was this 8 when it was raw? These people, you've really taught them how to even just eyeball what their portion should look like, and it's showing when even,
They're living their life.
even when I have to,
life.
I'm the one that has to sometimes weigh them in and measure body fat. I'm seeing the changes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like I'm left in the dark here. I mean, you're doing all the work. I'm just I'm supplying all the laughs, really. That's all.
We're just giving them the tools where we're allowing them to create good habits, daily habits, and it's all about habits. Plug on that TC5, right? That transformation challenge, because fuck your goals, change your habits.
Yes.
That's the mantra. We are doing it one day at a time. We're creating good habits for you guys. Well, you guys are creating the good habits. We're just doing our best to kind of guide you to those habits.
We're helping you create plans. We're showing you how to create structure, because, they say that a goal without a plan is just a dream. So what we're doing is we're giving you habits so you can achieve those goals. Because without a plan, without habits, it's not a goal. It's a fucking dream. It's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. We're showing you how to take action and actually fucking get there. Get to the finish line and be proud of yourself and the journey that you've gone through. And speaking of TC5 is officially closed, all right? By the time this podcast releases, the deadline will have already been passed. Well, actually, by the time this podcast will be officially released, there were only about 4 hours left from when this will be released till the deadline closes. But we're near capacity. So by the time we have our last few consultations today, boom, fucking over. And I cannot wait to get started.
Me too.
Especially now that this is a new thing. It's teams of 3, and all these teams are competing not only to lose weight and body fat, relative weight and relative body fat, but they're also competing for over $400. So really $466 of free training, plus free meals from Heated Inc. If you guys haven't heard of Heated Inc., go to getheated.com. Getheat3d.com. Check out their menus. We'll have more information on them next week for those of you that don't use them. But the second we've heard of them, when we brought them into our gym and when we started recommending Heated Inc. to our members. We've been a regular customer of theirs for a long time, and they've done nothing but make our lives easier, supply us with great food, and
allow us to hit our macros easily and effortlessly.
with an extremely affordable rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyone that's got some bullshit excuse as to why they're not able to stay on track with their meals, and I have nothing for you.
Deliver door to door.
Yeah.
Or you can pick up.
Yes,
You
so
can eat
easy.
it. Corey.
There's
Thank
no
you.
financial excuse as to why you can't do it if you're not at least attempting to make your own meals. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And right after this, so the deadline for this closes Tuesday, January 21st at noon. But we also want to make sure that we mention the gym will be closed. Overdrive Fitness will be closed Wednesday, January 22nd through Saturday, January 25th, as we will be in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
We will be in Jamaica for the wedding of Cece and Esty.
Yes. One of our love stories.
Hashtag Jamaica Me Flores.
Jamaica Me Flores.
I think that's our official hashtag, right?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
Cece and Esteban are one of our Overdrive love stories, true love stories, who we've become very close with. Right, Esteban, you started training Esteban when he was like 17 or 18. Soccer player, getting into college. And Cece came in just to get in shape. She wanted to do something. She wanted to find a gym. And from there, it kind of happened. Life happened, and they weren't looking for it, and it kind of happened, and that's usually the way it goes.
And although they're too far, they live too far to actually train with us. They are remote clients of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And
They have been, yeah. And they're doing great.
and we do still keep in close contact with them.
Yes.
We meet up every now and then for dinners and stuff, which is
I speak
great.
to her weekly. We speak weekly. And yeah, we see them for dinner as much as we can. I know life's crazy, but we make time, right? That's all about what your priorities are, making time for what's important in life. And that's with anything.
And should we also mention, I don't know I think it is public knowledge that they are officially a family of 3 now.
Oh, yeah.
They have a baby boy bulldog.
Sushi.
You guys thought I was going to say they had a baby human.
Sushi.
Calm your tits. He is a beautiful soul, though.
Oh, my God. They rescued him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's beautiful. So we wish them the best. They are meant for each other.
Takeaways from today?
Oh, will you start?
What is volume? Volume is sets times reps times weight. Okay, so just remember, when it comes down to volume, you're trying to increase muscle size. I guess you want to say muscle mass. Increasing strength. Just becoming an overall athlete, or even just weekday warrior. Make sure that it's not you can wrap your head around the fact it's not just sets and reps. It's the weight that you're actually moving in your hands and on your body. Okay? So don't just say 4 sets of 8. It's going to get me to where I need to get. That weight's got to be fucking challenging. Or else you're going nowhere.
All right. Stress in your central nervous system, right? We want to dose it properly. We want to get the appropriate amount of sleep. We do want to train, which strength training is extremely important. We want to be able to sit down and chew our food, eat well, eat the right foods. We want our immune system to function properly by getting the appropriate amount of sleep and strength training and cardiovascular exercise and deep breathing and all of those things. Okay, guys? Too much stress can wreak havoc on every aspect of your body, from your brain down. We don't want our brains to shrink. We don't want to get high blood pressure, God forbid, of a heart attack or a stroke. We want to prevent any of that stuff. We want to allow for a healthy, happy life.
Yes.
So stop stressing over the small shit. Get your ass into overdrive. Start strength training. Start training. Start eating better. Start breathing deeply. Breathing deeply, getting that sleep, appropriate sleep.
And Overdrive Fitness Matchmaking, our official sponsor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a fucking joke, but yeah, carriages and marriages. Just get in here. Get in here. We'll help you get fit. We'll help you become a better athlete.
And honestly, meet all the couples that are here training together too.
Yeah. Shout out to the Janettas and
meet all the
Baisleys.
couples that not only come in here and train, but train together.
The Reynolds.
Actually train together.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
It is.
We have a nice amount of couples training here, and not only just coming in one after the other, they actually come in and train together sometimes if they can.
I'd like to pride ourselves on the fact that fighting over with your spouse over who's going to take the first slot of the day in the weekday warrior class.
That's good stress.
That is good stress. I like the fact that our gym is something that they now fight over. Like, no, I'm going to the 5 a.m. You're staying home until I come home for the 6 a.m.
Hashtag look better naked.
Yes.
Whoa.
Leading to more carriages.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, again, big shout out to all of Gina's nutrition and remote clients.
And anybody that I didn't mention, just know that I'm shouting you out. I'm giving you props. So proud of you. Everybody within the walls of Overdrive and working remotely with me, with us together, you guys are killing it.
And those of you that are about to start a plan with Gina, you will get a shout out, but you have to earn it. And I know some of you have even emailed us and said like that's one of your goals, to hear your name on this segment of the podcast, because you've been working your ass off. And you know what? I think that's a great goal, because that doesn't happen overnight.
People see it. People see your progress. And maybe they might not be mentioning it to you, but you're looking good. You're feeling good. You're training hard, and it shows. It shows.
Any last words? Yeah, so until next week.
Arrow, where are you?
Until next week, we'll pick this back up after our short trip to Jamaica. And, we're technically going to a wedding, but really we're going to try out for the Jamaican bobsled team. So.
I'm ready.
Yes.
I've been working hard.
What?
Can't see all this hard work under these clothes.
No one's allowed to see the hard work under those clothes.
Wow.
Only me.
Proof is in the pudding. I preach it. I welcome myself. You good?
We are good. That's it for today, for this week, and we'll catch you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.